Alrighty, so as we're going through this session, we'll have some information for you all in the PowerPoint presentation, but we also ask if you do have any questions, just use the Q&A function here on Zoom. So you can click onto the Q&A and ask a question, and then one of our staff members behind the scenes will be answering those questions for you as well. And then at the end of the session, we'll try to go through some of those questions as well. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. My name is Christian Duty. I'm the Associate Director of Residential Education here at the University of Denver. I'm also joined in the background by Ru Huremith, our Assistant Director of Learning and Leadership, and then Ryan Huntington, our Assistant Director of Residential Occupancy. So we're happy to have you all here join us this afternoon as we talk through the upcoming academic year and housing and residential education. So to get us started off, just talking a little bit about our office, who we are and what we do. So we have both professional full-time staff members here who are working in our administrative office, as well as in each of the residence halls. We have a resident director who lives in and one of their graduate students who supports them. And then we have a plethora of student staff of resident assistants who are living up on the floor with your residents, some of our desk students who are managing the front desk, and many other student staff members who work in our central office. Our department is broken up into two sides of our operation. So housing operations, which manages the occupancy of our buildings, the room placements, manages our residential meal plans and operation of the front desk, and then residential education, which is where the resident advisors serve, putting on programs and socials, engaging with your students on the floor, making sure that they feel connected, as well as our live-in professional staff who operate in the buildings as well. We do have some learning goals that are tied to our residential experience here at the University of Denver, and we hope that every student who spends their time with us are able to engage in self-discovery, explore pathways to navigate educational and life experiences, cultivate a network of supportive relationships, and then contribute to the communities that thrive. So yeah, a little bit about this upcoming first year experience. So we serve 3 residential buildings for first year students, and we'll talk a little bit more in detail about each of these. So first is Centennial Halls in the north part of our campus, our brand new DeMond Family Residential Village, which opened up in the fall of 2020. And then rounding out in the southern part of campus is Johnson McFarland Hall. All of our first year communities are a traditional style double rooms. It's community style living. So there is a central restroom and showers up on the floors with all of the students. We provide programming and socials through our resident assistants and resident directors staff team who are in each building. And then we do at the University of Denver have a residential live-on requirement of 2 years. So your first and second year, you'll be living on campus with us. And we've seen that that has really increased the engagement on campus and the kind of retention of students staying here at the University of Denver. So yeah, a little bit more about that 2-year live-on requirement. You're living in one of our campus facilities, so those 3 first-year buildings that I talked about, and then we have some second-year buildings for the second-year students. There is a meal plan requirement to those as well, which we provide a 125 block, a 150 block, and 175 block. You are able to modify those meal plans at the start of each quarter. So if you do select a meal plan and want to get that changed, you'll have to wait until the first week of the upcoming quarter to make those changes. And then we do have some additional plans for students who are third, fourth years, commuting students, and if you're needing to purchase additional swipes, you can do that as well. So now to talk a little bit about the buildings themselves, starting us off with Centennial Halls, which the map here on our presentation, it's on the northern part of our campus. It's very close to the light rail station, so it's an easy means to travel all across Denver up to the airport. Every student is given a light rail pass that they're able to travel all across Denver, so it's really convenient place to live if you're wanting to commute with the light rail. It's close to our Ritchie Athletic Center, so that's where all the large sporting events occur, so our basketball and hockey games. There's also the Coors Fitness Center, so if students are wanting to work out, it's an easy commute over to the Ritchie Center. And then it's also very close to Sturm Hall, which is one of the main common curricular buildings on campus. So students who are taking their writing classes, language classes, a lot of those core classes are housed in Sturm Hall. It's also a very short walk to the community commons, which is also where our centralized dining facility is located. Our largest of the first year communities houses around 600 students in the 2 towers. And then there's a large parking lot just north of the building, which has both covered and uncovered parking. Depending on the price structure of what you're wanting to get with a parking pass, you have the options of a covered or uncovered lot. And here is a little bit about what the interior of Centennial Halls will look like, kind of structured with those 2 bedrooms there. There's 2 desks, 2 dressers, large closet spaces put in. We provide a microwave and fridge in these units here. And then it has nice views kind of all around campus, especially as you get to those higher floors in the towers. So now speaking about DeMond, the Family Residential Village, which is our newest residence hall, which opened up back in fall of 2020. This building is very centrally located on campus. It is right adjacent to Sturm Hall as well as the community commons. It's a very short walk across Evans or the bridge to our Anderson Academic Commons, which is the central main library here on campus. This is also the location of our Housing and Residential Education office here, as well as the office for honors, the Living Learning Community offices, as well as the Pioneer Leadership Team program offices are located here in the DeMond Family Residential Village. And here's some photos of what the interiors of those rooms look like. Again, it's all doubles within our first year communities with twin XL beds, ample closet spaces. Here in the residential village, you will either have a view of campus or a view of the courtyard down into the main center building. All new kind of layouts within the lounges. There's 3 lounges per floor, a lot of quiet rooms, and then there is male and female restrooms on each wing for the village. And then to round it out, we have Johnson McFarland Hall, which is going to be on our southern part of campus. It's very close to all of our STEM classes as well as the Lamont musical classes. It's one of our more smaller residence halls, so it's a smaller community that students tend to build with each other. We have roughly around 400 students who stay in Johnson McFarland Hall. It was recently renovated for our floor lounges with new furniture, TV stations placed into those lounges. Again, communal restroom style. This tends to be one of our more popular residence halls. It's deemed a legacy hall, as a lot of students who had parents who attended the University of Denver have stayed in Johnson McFarland, as well as there's a very large greenery area right outside of Johnson McFarland Hall, as well as Nelson Hall, which is adjacent to it. That's one of our second-year communities. And there's actually also a 24/7 convenience store market located in Nelson Hall. So it's a great area for students to kind of gather in that green area, or to hang out over by the convenience in Nelson Hall. So within Johnson McFarland Hall, again, it's those double spaced rooms with twin XL beds. They have these really nice large windows that they get to view outside into the campus, as well as that kind of brick structured wall there. Really large closet spaces in these rooms, and again, those communal lounges and restrooms on each of the floors. So to chat a little bit about our living and learning communities, each of our buildings has a different set of living learning communities. So here we have in Halls is the Innovation Living Learning Community. In the DeMond Family Residential Village, we have the Pioneer Leadership Team Program, Honors, One Gen U, Volunteers in Partnership, eSTEM, the Excelling Leadership Institute, and then our all gender community as well in the DeMond Family Residential Village. And then finally, in Johnson McFarland Hall, we have the Environmental Sustainability Living Learning Community and the International Living Learning Community. If you're wanting to learn more about each of those communities, if you just go online to our website, you can look up Living Learning Communities. Their whole programs are listed there, as well as how to apply to each if you haven't already gone through that process. What makes it special about the Living Learning Communities is you're living on the floor while attending the same classes as many of your floor mates. So it creates a strong community on each of those floors. So for some next steps, if you haven't already fully completed your housing application, we really encourage you to get on and fill out that full application. You can go to our housing website, click on Apply for Housing. We are going to begin doing the roommate matching for all our first year students this upcoming before June 27th, so next week. And then you can also be doing roommate matching within the application, kind of build up your profile and engage with other students on that platform as well. Assignments will be coming out towards the mid to end of July to all of the students' DU email accounts. So please make sure that your students have their DU email set up and that they're checking that regularly. And that's also where we're going to be sending more of our detailed move-in and orientation information as well. With move-in, that's going to be this Tuesday, September 6th, and we'll be sending out more details on kind of the structure of move-in, the times of kind of structuring that out and coming to campus and moving everybody in on September 6th and what that might look like. So again, please make sure that your student has their DU email account set up, because a lot of this important communication will be coming to that account. And then if you do have any questions about applying, kind of the assignments and all of that, you can reach out to us here at housingassignments@du.edu. So if you do have any questions about your housing application or room assignments, please feel free to reach out to us there. I'll also send this into the chat function for you all, so you have that listed as well. But next, we'll kind of just be answering some of the questions that might be in chat still. And I'll leave it here on this page here for our contact information. If you do have any additional general questions, please feel free to contact us here at housing@du.edu. And then our phone number here is 303-871-2246. So let me pull up your question. So can we set up Amazon deliveries for our move-in dates? So we do not accept packages until the day after move-in day. That way we can be fully staffed at our desks to be able to accept those packages. So we encourage any deliveries before that date to be delivered over to the post office or to whatever shipping company you are utilizing. So that way it can be picked up beforehand. But then we will be starting to accept packages when our desks open on September 7th. Staffing issues for the dining halls. As of right now, we've had no issues with our staffing over in the dining facilities. Our dining is fully ran through Sodexo. They're able to staff our facilities and have been able to operate both the main facility here on campus, the 2 convenience stores, and we have a plethora of kind of retail operations as well. If they ever need support in our larger facility, they tend to pull from those retail operations. But yep, we've been pretty well staffed in our dining facilities. Tuesday, September 6th is the move-in day for all of the incoming first-year students. Again, we'll be sending out information to your students' DU's email account. So please have that set up so you can get the dates and times for when move-in for each of your building will look like. It'll come with kind of the structure of the day and parking information, as well as orientation information as that comes up as well. See here. So what to kind of expect during move-in day is we'll have a structured set of time where you'll come check in. There'll be parking lots that will be kind of set aside for parents and families as they're coming in to move their students in. You'll go park in your space, come into the residence hall, your student will check in, we'll give them their keys, y'all can check out dollies or bins to help you move things from your car and upstairs. It's a pretty well-oiled machine as you're checking in, moving your stuff over to the elevators or areas where you may be moving up to the rooms, kind of setting up the room, and then spending the rest of the day getting set up for orientation and kind of organizing the room however your student may want it, and getting to know the roommates that are present as well. So it's a busy day, but one that students are really excited about. They get to meet a lot of individuals on their floor, and then in the evening they'll have a floor meeting with their resident assistant to get to know their community and then get started with their orientation events. Okay. So with roommate assignments, they are able to build a profile in their housing application to talk about things that they like, don't like when they go to sleep, and they're able to match with other individuals that have those same profiles, but they're also able to communicate with other individuals that they might be interested in rooming with, and then in their application they would just notify that they have a roommate that they want to be roomed with, or they can go in it and we can do the matching on our end based off their profiles. The all gender community, that is just one wing in the DeMond Family Residential Village. So that is located, it's structured in what we call pods. So there's a pod that is attached to the restroom facility and the lounge. And in DeMond, there's 3 pods per wing. So the all gender community, as well as many of our LLCs, can be located in one pod, and they do a lot of that community development together. So I'm seeing a lot of questions kind of around the financial billing and making sure that there's not holds on the account. We do recommend that you reach out over to the Bursar's office, so that way you can see whenever the financial billing will be coming out for your specific situation, as well as if there's any financial aid that will be coming in to kind of tie in to cover some of those costs. So if you just want to reach out to the Bursar's office, they'll get you connected with Student Financial Services to kind of help you out with those financial needs. So all of the windows in the residence halls do open to a limited capacity. There's screens that are attached to them as well. But yes, the windows in each of the residence halls do open. Do all of the dorm rooms come with a fridge and microwave? So in Centennial Halls and Johnson McFarland Hall, they will come with a fridge, a mini fridge, and a microwave attached to it. In the DeMond Family Residential Village, each room has the mini fridge that is placed in the room, but then there is a large microwave that is in the community lounge, and that's to encourage individuals to come and gather in the lounges within the new residence hall. The new residence hall as well has a community kitchen down on the main floor where students can either check out some cooking equipment or they can bring their own and reserve that space to cook some food in the kitchen as well. If you want a list of parent activities, I would encourage reaching out to Parent and Family Services here at the University of Denver. They'll have a list of what parent activities will be occurring on that move-in week. Typically, it's just the first day of move-in that parent activities are happening, and then students are really ingrained and focused on their own orientation. But a full list of activities will be posted on the Parent and Family website. All of our residence halls are fully secured with card readers at each of the doors. So students do have to badge in by using their DUID card to gain access into the residence halls, as well as into the upper floors. So to get into the stairwells or the elevators, they have to badge in again using their DUID. And then we have a front desk that is staffed with students who are monitoring the entrances of the buildings, as well as there to provide support to students. With bicycles, students do need to register those with our campus safety offices ahead of time when they are bringing those to campus. They'll give them a little decal to put on their bike so that they know that it is registered. There is an internal bike storage here on campus, but we do have bike racks that are all throughout campus that students can fully secure their bikes on. Students are more than willing to bring skateboards to campus. A lot of students utilize those to kind of get across campus when they have classes in the north end or traveling to the other side of campus. So I would say there is a good amount of ways to get in contact with us. Over the summer, we tend to be inundated with some phone calls. So if you don't get us the first time around, just go ahead and leave us a voicemail, as well as if you just email that housing@du.edu, we'll make sure to respond back out to you and to get any additional questions answered. But our office is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. To 4:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So please utilize both those email and phone number to give us a call. So at the University of Denver, we do only have one centralized dining facility. So our main dining hall is located in the community commons, but we do also have retail markets. So there's a Starbucks, an Einstein, where students are able to use their meal plan cash at as well. And then we do have these 24/7 convenience markets that are located in Centennial Halls as well as Nelson Hall. Students are able to bring guests into the residence hall. They just have to register them beforehand in our system. So it's very similar to how they sign up through the housing application. They would just register their visitor ahead of time and then check them in at our front desk. Uh, First year's orientation begins on that move-in day. So September 6th, they'll have some scheduled in the evening hours for orientation, and then it takes place all throughout that first week. So to explain a little bit more about the meal plans, again, there's three kind of tiered plans for the amount of swipes, and the swipes are used at the main dining facility at the community commons. So they're allowed to grab a meal at any of the different venues there and use a meal plan swipe. And then students are also given $300 of meal plan cash. So they'll be able to utilize that meal plan cash at any of the retail dining facilities, so like that Starbucks and Einstein, as well as those convenience store markets located in Centennial Halls and Nelson Hall. The session is also going to be recorded, so it will get posted on the parent and family website. So if you weren't able to join us at the very beginning, we'll have more opportunities for you there. But what we're going to do is, if there are any additional questions that we weren't able to answer in the session, we'll be passing this over to parents and families so that they're able to post those questions as well as this recorded video session. But yeah, I want to just thank you for coming out this afternoon. And then if you do have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to us here at housing@du.edu, or you can call us at 303-871-2246. So thank you all again, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.